What is up, my thrifty friends? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time. I feel like we haven't talked in a while. I took a little bit of a hiatus, but we're going to go over all of that in today's video. If you're new to my channel, I am a Canadian reseller. I'm a mom to 2 girls, a wife. I work part-time in a hospital pharmacy, and I love to sell used clothing. It is my jam here on YouTube, and I share everything about my business, helping you grow a side hustle reselling clothing as well. And today's video is going to be a work with me video. You get stuff done, I chat your ear off, we talk about everything reseller related, and we have so many topics today. I have like 2, maybe 3 weeks worth of topics that I've put down into my notes, also just some things that have been happening, and I'm just really excited to do this video. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a good chat, and I'm happy to be back and back to our Monday videos. Okay, so as usual, let's go over personal and business. So I want to thank everyone for their patience with me over the last few weeks. I needed to take a little bit of a break. I definitely have been like emotionally and mentally overwhelmed, and not business related, totally personal life related. We went and visited my mom last week, and I did a video in fall kind of talking about what's going on with that, but she has a very rare disease. It's called multiple system atrophy, MSA. She has the it's like a form of Parkinson's, and it's terminal. Like there's no cure for it, and basically her body just shuts down from the inside, and yeah, it's a really sad thing to watch. She was diagnosed, I think like 3.5 years ago. She is 58 this year. She just turned 58 last week, and she's wheelchair bound. She can't do like anything for herself, and she can't feed herself anymore. So my mom's husband, my stepdad, he has to feed her now at mealtimes. So yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And if you've gone through a similar situation where someone close to you or a parent has been very sick, it can just be really emotionally draining. And I think I kind of get stressed out just leading up to the visit, not knowing what to expect or how it's going to go. And I was going to be there for 7 days, which is a little bit longer than I normally do, just because normally I go for like 5 days. I'm gone for 5 days, and 2 of them are travel days, and that's just enough where I feel like I'm still okay. Sometimes I find it just too draining on myself. Anyways, I'm like jumping into stuff. But yeah, I just was really, really overwhelmed leading up to the visit. So I did kind of take the week off before, and then last week I didn't do anything either. I didn't do any reselling stuff. I didn't do any YouTube stuff. I just gave myself space, and it was just so needed. I think I feel a lot better. Like honestly, I'm back home now. Visit is done. It went well. It was great to spend time with them, also spend time with my brother and his family, and yeah, I feel good being back home. I always feel really good once I get back home as well. So yeah, I'm sorry. I know I don't have to apologize, but I just want to say, like, you guys are always in my thoughts as well. And I look forward to doing these videos. I love doing these. I love YouTube. I love sharing this information. I love chatting with you guys every week. So I definitely missed this as well. Okay. What else? Personal life. I also have to edit a video as I'm reading this for our ambulance channel, because we are converting an ambulance. We've been taking a break from working on it over summer, and more just because we're just trying to enjoy summer. The nice weather where we live is just such a small window in the year that I told Jeff, like, we need to just chill out, enjoy these days when we have nice days, and, you know, spend time at the lake. And there's really no time frame on when we have to have our ambulance done. I mean, ultimately 3 years from now, but you know, whether we finished it this fall or it was spring, it doesn't really matter. So I think we had to take a little bit of pressure off ourselves. I do have a video to edit there. I'll pop it up here if you haven't checked out our channel yet. But yeah, okay, so that kind of covers the personal side. Business-wise, sales have been really slow. Like, I'm kind of disappointed right now. I listed a couple hundred items in the last 3 weeks prior to leaving for Winnipeg and on our holidays, and the sales were not what I expected last week. Like, definitely not for how many new listings I've been putting into my closet. I did place my US Posh closet on vacation for a good chunk of time while I was gone. I didn't have a chance to train Jeff on my cross-border courier and that whole process, so I just thought, you know what, if I can eliminate some of the extra stuff, and then also I don't have to spend time, you know, explaining how to do it, it just took a headache away from me. Anyways, so that also kind of had an impact, I think, on my sales. But overall, even with my Canadian closet, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later in the video, because there was some questions that someone sent in, and I want to share some more thoughts and dive a little bit deeper into this whole thing. Another thing business-wise is I'm going to attempt to do a Whatnot show this Thursday. I do have it tentatively set for 6:30 p.m. I think I'm Mountain Standard Time right now. We actually don't change time zones. Like, we don't change our times throughout the year, so we bounce between Central and Mountain. I think I'm in Mountain Time right now, but I'm going to drop a link down below if you want to hop in and bookmark my show. It is set for US shipping, so I will be using USPS. Shipping rates will be pretty low, which I'm excited about. I never had access to this. The only issue I'm having right now, and I'm going to talk again about this a little bit later on, is my cross-border courier. I'm 3 to 4 days to get my packages across the border into the US and tracking, and it's really messing with me right now. I am a little bit nervous with doing my Whatnot show because I know they want items shipped within 2 days, but I think I'm just going to put it in my show notes that I'm shipping from Canada and there is a delay in shipping, and then I'll just make sure to talk about it throughout the show. I don't know, hoping for the best, I guess. So you're probably wondering, like, why am I choosing Whatnot instead of Poshmark for live selling? And I'm going to chat about that a little bit more later as well. I do not have access to Posh shows in the US. I have put in a request. I have filled out their form. Yeah, we're going to talk more about other things I've done, but another big point for me in choosing Whatnot over Poshmark is the commissions. And Whatnot commissions is 8% plus 2.9% for processing, and then a 30-cent flat fee on each individual purchase. So it works out to be less than 12% on my items. Plus, they don't increase the commission on the lower sale items, where on Poshmark, if you sell an item for $10 in Canada, you're going to be paying close to 40% commission, which I just think is so crazy. So for right now, I'm going to try and incorporate some live selling on Whatnot into my business and see how it goes. I don't know. I don't have a huge following over there. I don't know what to expect. I've watched a ton of shows in the last 2 weeks, and I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to make some money over there. And I'll just reassess in like a month or two and see how it goes. I mean, obviously after my first show, see how that goes, but I feel like I might have to do a couple shows before I have some good data and make any decisions. But yeah, as usual, lots going on and different pivots in my business. I don't know if I would be pivoting to the live selling on Whatnot if my sales were going really good. But I'm just trying to keep that cash flow coming through my business right now. And I'm not sure how long this is going to last for the slow sales. Like, yeah, we're going to talk more about this later. Okay, so that's kind of my business stuff. I also wanted to thank everyone that sent me Value Village coupons last week. I just want to put it out there. If you ever receive email coupons or you have like physical coupons that you cannot use, you can send them to me. You take a screenshot, you can take a photo, send them to me through Instagram. And it is my main source for thrift sourcing. It is my main place for sourcing no, how am I trying to word this? Because I do go to buy, sell trades and consignments, but it's my main thrift sourcing. And we don't have a lot of options where I live. So yeah, it really helps me out. It's absolutely free for you guys to share your coupons with me. And it's like an easy way to say, thanks for sharing all this information. I had someone tell me that. They're like, this is how I'm paying you. I'm like, yes, I will take payment in coupons. Unfortunately, I think if you are in the US, I don't think I can use them. I think they can only be Canadian coupons. So I just want to say huge thank you. I did a bunch of shout outs on my Instagram page. And yeah, I just wanted to put it in here. Thank you guys. Okay, let's keep going. So we have some retail news. I don't always have topics under this, and I'm kind of excited because we got a couple big ones coming up. So first one is Hunter brand filed for bankruptcy recently. This was shared with me from a viewer. Thank you so much. It's a brand known for their $175 tall welly rubber boots. They filed last month. They're claiming a decrease in rain and snow in the US winters has an impact on their sales. And I'm just thinking, where were they this last winter? Because it was like record snow on the West Coast. And they also stated that they had some supply chain issues during the pandemic. One of their manufacturing plants shut down, and this just had an impact on production and the business as a whole. I did do some further reading, and some people were saying that the quality changed after they switched to China as a manufacturer. But yeah, that's not listed as a reason. But I'd love to know, do you own a pair of Hunter rain boots? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think the resale value is going to go up on them because they are no longer being produced? Or will this brand die out like many other retailers post-pandemic right now? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I've always wanted a pair of Hunter boots for myself. I don't like the tall ones. I feel like they're too tight on my calf, and I don't even have big calves, and I just don't like how they fit. So I think I would want the mid-calf one, and I've never found a pair in my size, and I refuse to pay full retail. So unfortunately, I don't have a pair of those, but I will keep my eye out. If I find a pair that are like that mid-calf and a size that I like, hopefully black, in the matte black. I'm just being super specific right now, but that would be exactly what I would keep. Okay, next topic. On the hot topic of the Barbie movie, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm highly anticipating it coming out on iMovie or iTunes or whatever. You know, how you rent your movies from home. That's what I'm waiting for. We don't actually go to the movie theater, but this movie is like, it's changing things. It's going to be the movie of the year, I think. It's just, yeah, so much marketing is going into this. But did you hear that Barbie Mattel is suing Burberry? And I'm sure I'm going to say that incorrectly. I can't remember how to say it right. So feel free to correct me, whatever. Anyways, Burberry created an abbreviation, and it's BRBY. It's supposed to be a short name for Burberry, and they want to use that. It sounds like Mattel is suing them for looks too similar to their trademark name and maybe sounds similar to their trademark name. Lots of people are talking how it's coincidental that this is coming out as a lawsuit right before the movie is being released, and it sounds like the marketing team is also pushing a ton of lawsuits, which is creating a lot of buzz out in North America, out in the world about Barbie. But what they're saying is that BRBY sounds too close and looks too close to Barbie. On a second note, Barbie Mattel has been on a witch hunt for anyone infringing on their intellectual property right now. And I've seen a ton of things pop up. I wish I would have noted them all, but if there's any like wild stories you've heard of Barbie suing people recently, drop them in the comments and share them with us, because I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. Do you think it's too close or not close at all? Do you think they're totally missing the point? Either way, I think the Barbie marketing team is on fire, and they're finding so many ways to get us talking about Barbie. How many times have I said Barbie in this video already? I'm sure 20, 30 times already. Okay, so Barbie, they're suing people. I'm sure this is not the last we're going to hear of it. I have one more big one, and I hope this turns out to be a big win against Shein, but Shein is being named in a copyright racketeering lawsuit over an alleged infringement scheme, completely ripping off all designers, small and large, for the last few years, because that's exactly what they've been doing. And it's been shouted out from the rooftops on TikTok, Instagram, like everywhere. And I'm so excited to see that they're finally moving forward with something, that they finally have a case after billions of dollars of revenue. I've actually seen resellers selling knockoffs from Shein of designer things, and I just, Shein rubs me the wrong way. So will this go anywhere? Are they going to get anywhere with this lawsuit? I don't know. Will Shein dissolve and pop up as a new company? Maybe. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. I think it's great that they're finally calling them out, but I don't know what accountability looks like in 2023. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to deal with this. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I feel like it's a positive step in the right direction in taking down these fast fashion brands that are ruining the fashion industry and ruining our environment, but I don't know if anything is going to come of this, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. Just share your thoughts. I have a lot of topics today that I really would love to hear what you guys think, or if you guys have any information on them, because some of them I don't know much about, and this one I don't know. I don't feel confident, I guess, in our judicial system right now, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but I think that the fact that it's just been put out there is a very big positive step in the right direction. And then we have one last retailer news item, and then we're going to do a few viewer questions, and then we'll go on to platform news because I have some topics there too. So I'm sure by now everyone has heard that Savers, or Value Village, recently went public. They're worth $4 billion, which is absolutely like just mind-blowing. Not bad for a company that's run on free inventory. And coincidentally, have you also noticed that there's been like a ton of coupons in the last couple of weeks? I don't know. I just feel like the amount of coupons I've seen from people sending them to me, I'm just like, wow, like this is crazy. Like, and it's some different. There's probably at least 4 different coupons I've seen in the last week and a half. So yeah, I wonder what kind of changes we're going to see now. I wonder if there's going to be pricing changes, maybe a better point system or reward system, because they used to have a pretty good reward system and then they changed that all 2 years ago. I'm just really curious to see what comes out of this. And yeah, I don't know. I hope it's the positive. Definitely do, because those are the 2 main stores in my city for secondhand shopping. Okay, and then one more tiny tidbit. I heard through the grapevine that Goodwill has been reaching out to sellers on Whatnot to do live auctioning of their items. So it sounds like they would be pulling items that would be going on store racks or from the Goodwill bins, and they're trying to hire resellers to do their live selling shows. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. I feel like they're going to find a couple people that will do it, but you're going to be the reseller world's probably most hated person if you are selling all the good stuff from Goodwill and stopping it from going to people. But who knows, maybe we would get good deals. Like maybe if each I heard that it might be like each location or each city would have their own live auction stuff, and I know they have online auctions, but they want to, from what I understand, and this is through the grapevine, but I'm going to share that they want to get in on like actual live selling auctions. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's keep moving along. So first viewer question. Sales have been so slow lately, she says. I'm wondering if it's my pricing. Am I not choosing items well? What gives? Easy to feel defeated when so much work goes in, but the payout doesn't come back. And I felt this comment. I truly did, especially in the last 2 weeks. I agree. And I was hoping to be more positive. When I originally screenshot this question, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have good stuff to share. But I don't know. I feel like I've felt defeated lately, definitely for, like I said, I've listed probably 250 to 300 new items, and I am nowhere close to seeing equivalent sales. And I don't know. I wish I had the answer, and I don't, but I do have some thoughts on this. I've been saying this before. People and consumers, they're feeling the pinch right now. Interest rates haven't been this high in 20 years. It is having an impact on people and their spending. I think the only thing we can do right now is try and stay a little bit consistent. And for me, consistency is like just trying to get some new listings put up every week, whatever that number looks like for you. I think also, in order to continue to purchase and put up new listings, you have to have some money flowing into your business. And I think what we might be looking at is a little bit smaller profit margins. Maybe you turn to cash sales on your local marketplaces like Facebook. You could always hold a garage sale this summer and, do a closet clear out, but do it as a garage sale. Get that cash back into your hands. I think you're going to have to do whatever it takes right now if you need the money and you are living off of your reselling income to get these sales going. And some money is better than no money. And accepting offers that maybe are a little bit lower than what you want might be better than trying to hold on to the item for another 2 months. And yeah, I think it's tough for a lot of people right now. I am really hoping that things pick up after the summer. Everyone should be wrapping up in the next couple weeks, ending summer holidays, getting ready for school to start, transitioning seasons, right? It's kind of that in between. I think some things in the general worldly market or North America market have to change as well. So I want to be optimistic, but maybe this is slow a little bit longer. And I think we just have to be prepared for that. And just be careful in what you're purchasing. Make sure you're looking up, is this an item that's current? Does it have good value? Is it a good brand? Does it have multiple factors? And be cautious on what you're picking up to sell. Yeah, I think just get through this. Don't focus on the week to week and try and look at the bigger picture, because I don't think this is going to last forever. I just don't know how long it's going to last. And I wish I had the answers, but I really don't. I'm so sorry. Okay. Next one, Sidekick silent shows. So lots of people are asking me how I am using silent shows. Am I seeing a difference? What do I think? And I'm saying the same thing I've been saying for the last couple of months. I am using automated silent shows in my business. Yes, 100%. I feel like they have a positive impact on my business. Actually, side note, I didn't really do any silent shows last week and my sales were kind of in the shitter. So maybe that also is a factor too. I just wasn't scheduling. I think I did them like maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days, but that was it. I have talked about this before, but I feel like because the question keeps popping up, I'm going to talk about it again. If you are not signed up for Posh Sidekick, before I start this, I have a link down below. Use my code, please, because I'm about to tell you why I think automated silent shows are the cat's ass and why I'm going to continue to do them. So with your monthly membership for Posh Sidekick, which is a closet sharing tool originally, you also get access to automate 7 shows a week, and that's part of their monthly membership. I think personally this is enough to boost anyone's closet. You can do I think you can pay, what the heck is it, for their promoted, and you would get an additional 7 credits, which you can use for silent shows if you choose to do so. So my strategy with silent shows is advertising. That is why I'm doing them. I'm not going into them to make a pile of sales, drop my prices, clear out my closet. I would do a live show if I wanted to do that. With the silent shows, I am personally using them as advertising. So I curate shows based on popular trends, put my best items in them, and I run them at 30% off. That is it. I also consider myself to be someone that's probably priced on the higher end of things. So 30% off I can do in my show. My goal is obviously to make sales. I mean, I'd love to make sales in the show, but My second goal is to advertise the amazing items that I have in my closet and hopefully funnel people into my closet to look at other items. So maybe they don't find their size or particularly what they're looking for in that show, but they're like, man, I really like what she has here. Let's see what else she has in her closet. And I consistently get sales in the evening after I run my silent shows. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. I firmly stand behind them. I think they have a positive impact. I've also received screenshots from people that are running silent shows and the upticks that they're seeing in their closets. So I will continue to say that they work and I stand behind them, and there's different business models. This is the one I'm doing. I'm using it to advertise the best items in my closet and funnel people into my closet to look at other things. And oh, I was going to give you guys a tip actually. So the tip that works for me is I usually run them in the evening. I do play with like morning shows and day shows, but I seem to have the best luck if I run evening or like later evening shows. And Fridays seem to be the day, and I think because it's payday. So like Friday to Sunday is where I would focus majority of my shows. Personally, that's what I feel like works for me, and that's my tip on the silent shows. Another one that I've had people asking is like, where do I sell on eBay Canada or ebay.com? So currently I've been selling on eBay Canada, but I'm thinking of switching to ebay.com now. And the reason being, and I didn't even think of this, is that because I have that cross-border courier now, I get better shipping rates. And if I can get them to a USPS postal station and get them to eBay, I can be a part of the global shipping program then. And I'm really considering the switch right now and switching my store to ebay.com and couriering my items to my cross-border courier, getting them across the border. I am going to talk about that process at the end of the video today. And yeah, I think it would work. The only thing I'm struggling with is my ship times. I'm still struggling with ship times. I'm looking at 3 to 4 days just to get them into the US, which isn't working very well right now. And I don't have a better solution. I'm trying to ride it out. I think I might have to try and fix that or sort something out. Maybe DYK in Alberta, maybe I can courier to them. I just don't know what the cost is because Stallion has a deal with UPS, which again, I'm going to explain my whole process at the end of the video today. So yeah, if I do that, if I switch to ebay.com, I'm going to have to change my handling time to 5 or 6 days, which is just going to have to be that. And then obviously doing the best I can to get the items onto the US side and tracking as soon as possible. Okay, so let's save that for a later discussion in this video. Next up, some Poshmark drama. So I heard some resellers are removing tags on Shein and fast fashion brands to sell in their live shows. Shocking, right? Like, so I'm not surprised. I truly am not surprised. If you ever come across a show with a ton of unbranded stuff, please use caution. Also, understand that some people will do anything to make money, including deceiving potential buyers. So I'm going to say this, be careful who you put in your circle, because obviously this is being told. I'm being told this from another seller. This is not something I figured out on my own. I don't spend a ton of time in live shows, but I want to give a word of advice to everyone this in the reseller community. This is something that I feel like you should apply in your life. It's something that I live by, and I think it would have a positive impact if you looked at life this way. So you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you hang out with cheaters, guess what? You're the 5th, okay? So keep that in mind. If you notice resellers doing shady stuff, just step away, walk away, find new reseller friends. Don't get caught up in that stuff. And if you're cutting tags to sell things and deceive people, shame on you, and karma's a bitch. Can I say that? It always comes back around. So just do good, people. Why do I even have to say this in a video? It's just crazy. But I thought it was entertaining, and I think it was worth just talking about, and hopefully those words have a positive impact on someone that's out there right now. Okay, done with that. As I hit a hanger off it's a mess in here. You guys don't see it, but it's a complete mess in here. I need to clean it up this week. I also heard that UPS could be going on a postal strike. It seems pretty positive. This is going to be the largest postal strike in 60 years is what I saw. 60, like 60 in the last 60 years. Who does this affect? If you sell on Posh, it shouldn't affect you because Poshmark uses USPS. But if USPS is overloaded with the workload picking up from UPS, this could cause some ship time issues. It looks like USPS has said with the changes that they made in the last month, I think, with all the shipping changes, they said that they're ready to handle any workload, but I guess we'll see. I think the sellers that are using third-party couriers like myself could see some issues with this. The cross-border courier that I use actually has a contract with UPS to pick up my parcels and take it to the courier. And if they go on strike, I'm hooped. So my fingers are crossed right now that they sort all of this out. Otherwise, I'm going to be in more trouble trying to figure out my ship times. That's why I've been holding off doing a video, guys. I just don't have all the kinks worked out, and what I'm doing isn't working 100%, and I hate to give advice to you guys if it's not something that's going to work for majority of people. Okay, Posh had a new feature update, and I'm also going to talk about the main topic, the thumbnail, how Posh is lying to sellers. But first, let's go through the update. So Posh rolled out this new update. It's called Posh Lens. It's kind of like Google Lens if you use that. I kind of thought they had rolled it out previously, like a couple months ago, but maybe I'm wrong. It seems like people just got access to it. Buyers and sellers have been trying this out and trying to see how it works, what kind of items it's been pulling up. Will this equate to more sales? I don't know. I actually personally haven't tried it myself. I'm so embarrassed. I haven't even tried to use it. Like I said, I took a break for the last week and a half. And when I say I took a break, I took a break. I did things that I had to do, and that was it. Trying out a new feature, did not have to do. But I am going to try playing with it a little bit this week. And I've been watching stories of other people that have been using it as well. So yeah, I feel like it's still kind of early to develop my opinion on this. I do think it may come in handy. I don't know. I use Posh Lens, or I use Google Lens all the time, like all the time. So that'll depend on the items I think that you're scanning. And that's the same with Google Lens. Like I find Google Lens works the best when it's like a specific pattern or style, like there's distinct features on the item. If the item's very plain, I don't know, black, like a black shirt, good luck finding it. It needs to have definitive features. And I think with the Posh Lens, I think it's going to be the same thing. I think it's going to work best on unique pieces. But if you've been playing around with the feature, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and how it's working for you. Did you do some experimenting? Share it all down below. We want to know. We want to hear how it's been working for you and what your experience is using it. Okay, lastly for today, we are going to talk about Poshmark lying to sellers. And I've been trying to get access to live selling on Posh US for a couple weeks now. It's quite hard as a new closet to get access. Yeah, I'm feeling frustrated. So about 2.5 weeks ago, Posh posted on their banner in the newsfeed that if you attended this web event, that you would get fast tracked to live selling. Cool. Awesome. I signed up, of course, and attended it. I even asked a few questions, and I do not have access to the live selling. They lied. And they even assured all of us in the live that within 2 weeks you would have access. Give them 2 weeks. It has been almost 3 weeks. And the funny thing is, in the event, a couple people were actually commenting saying, I've been to one of these before. I've been to 2 of these events and I still do not have access. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. What are the odds? Yeah, no, I still don't have access. So I don't know how many other people attended that. Like, there was a lot of people at the webinar. If you attended it and you do not have access, or they granted you access, whatever the outcome is, if you attended one of their events like 2.5 weeks ago, share down below, did you get access to it? They did not grant me access. I have reached out to Posh support like 2 or 3 times already, trying to get access, and no one, I don't even think they're answering me at this point. I'm so frustrated. Oh my gosh. They flat out are lying. And then I think I just saw it on the banner again. They were like, sign up to get fast tracked. And I was like, you guys are liars. Liars. I feel like, isn't it Elf movie where he's like, liars? That's what I feel like doing. Just frustrated. And that's partly, like, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to Whatnot and doing a Whatnot show next week, because I can't get access to Posh US live selling. And here's the kicker. You want to hear the funniest thing? Like, seriously, you guys want to hear the funniest thing? Next week, I am hosting a Posh show live at a Posh party in Saskatoon, and I am the host for the live show. So I don't know. I have access on the Canadian side, but I do not have access on the US side. And I just found it hilarious that I am hosting a Posh event, their live show, and I cannot get access on the US side. It's just crazy. Kind of disappointing, but kind of crazy as well. So I will keep you guys in the loop. And if I get access, I will let you know. You'll also know because you'll probably see a show pop up. I would love to try Posh shows on the US side and see how they are compared to the Canadian side. It's just like a much bigger buyer's market. That's the biggest thing I think that the US, my Southern friends, have on us, is that there's just so many more users on the US side. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and I was going to talk about the cross-border selling. So I've had a lot of questions about this. I'm going to do a video designated to all the steps of it. But right now, like I said, I'm still missing a couple puzzle pieces. And I also have to submit a form to Posh. And then I'm hoping I'll be able to get the video together. I've started the notes on it. I promise it's coming, but I haven't worked out all the kinks yet. So what you need to know if you want to try and figure this out on your own right now, and this will work going either direction. If you're in the US trying to sell in Canada, or in Canada trying to sell in the US, what you will need, okay? So this is what you need. 2 main things. You need a bank account for the country that you wish to sell in. So as a Canadian, most banks do not give a true American account. They give you an account, a bank account that has like USD funds in it, but it's not a US based account. Wise, WISE is the name of the company. They do online banking, and they do Canadian and US bank accounts. So you would be required to have a US account if you are trying to sell in the United States. If you are an American trying to sell in Canada, you would be required to have a Canadian bank account. Wise has got you covered with this. So I am going to put a link down below. I have a referral code if you choose to sign up with it. I'm going to thank you in advance. Thank you so much. I think you get a credit and I get a credit maybe. I didn't really look further into it. I'm so sorry, but I do have a referral code for Wise, and they would fulfill your banking needs for both sides. The other thing that you need to find is a cross-border courier. So basically, this is a company that's going to take your parcels, and in my instance, from the Canadian side to the American side, and drop them off at a USPS station. If you are in the States, you need to find a courier that's going to take your parcels from the US to Canada and drop them off at a Canada Post office, right? So it's bit different. I know it sounds confusing, but this is how it works. So Poshmark is not offering cross-border shipping. I am figuring this out on my own, or like I did not write the book on this, but you are required to figure this out on your own. So I'm using Stallion. I am also going to drop a link down below. I have a referral code. You get a credit. I get a credit if you sign up using it. Stallion also has a deal with UPS where UPS will pick up my packages from my doorstep and take them to Stallion in Vancouver. So I'm shipping my packages from Saskatoon, which is like central Canada, to the west coast, to Vancouver. And UPS is doing that for me. So Stallion then takes my packages, opens up, like say I send like 5 sales, I'll put them in a box, they open the box, and then they take those packages and they drive them across the US border. This sounds so confusing as I explain it. So this is costing me 90 cents a package for Stallion to transport my packages across the border. And the cost to get all my packages or my items from my house to Stallion in Vancouver is about $13 to $14. So I'm trying to definitely have like 3 or 4 more items, you know what I mean? The more items, the better, to get them over there. It is based on weight, but I can send a pretty big box with like 2 kg for under, I think it's like $14.30 is what it would be. So it is an additional cost for selling, but these are sales in addition to what I'm making. I'm also trying to keep the higher ASP going over there, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've made just under $1,000 in sales on my US closet. So I already feel like it's worth it, but I don't know if this would be worth it to everyone else. Like, I think you have to sell a certain volume for it to be worth doing. Now, if you're in a city where you have a cross-border courier, you don't got to pay to get your packages there. You can just drop them off, pay the buck, whatever they're charging you, and get them across the border. But because Saskatchewan doesn't have a cross-border courier, I have to pay to get my packages to Vancouver. And I think the other option for Stallion would be in Ontario, like in Toronto, somewhere around Toronto. And then DYK in Alberta would be another option. The only thing is I don't think DYK has a deal with UPS for doorstep pickup. I hope this makes sense. I'm not going to answer a ton of questions on this topic in this video because I have a video that will be coming out answering everything. But if you want to choose to try and figure this out on your own, these are 2 of the main factors of what you have to do. And this is the information on how I'm making this work. Anyone can do this. This is not just privy to me. Anyone can sort this out and get their items into the US. And I think the other way around. I think if you are a US seller, you just got to find a cross-border courier that will get your items into the Canadian side. And good luck with that. Actually, if you are a US resident that sells on the Canadian side, if you want to drop any information down below to help your fellow resellers out, that would be greatly appreciated. I have not figured it out in the reverse because obviously I'm not shipping in that direction, but I have heard that it is possible. Okay, and then one more thing, if you have any tax questions, please talk to your tax professional. I will not be answering tax-related questions, guys. I'm sorry. You got to talk to your accountant about that stuff. Okay, oh my gosh, I feel like we talked about a lot of really good things today. I was very excited about this video, and I think I'm just going to end it here. So let's do something fun at the end. I want to hear, what are your goals for the next week? We're halfway through summer. Almost halfway through summer. We're going to be going into August already. Oh my gosh. What are your goals for August? What are you hoping to accomplish? What are your goals for the next week? Just what are your goals right now? I want to hear them. Maybe there's some tidbits. Maybe there's a few things that I can steal and add to my goals. So my personal goals are just to get back consistent. I think I'm shooting for we'll do 60 to 80 new listings this week. I also have my Whatnot show, so that may have a small impact in what I put out. And then just trying to get back into my video schedule as well. And then also work 2 days at work. And I have a hair appointment and electrolysis appointment, and Em has football, and it's just going to be a busy week for me. Okay, guys, on that note, I am heading out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a huge favor and give me a like. Also, don't forget to tap subscribe on your way out. All right, guys, I am wishing you all many sales, and I'll see you next time. Bye.